Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We're going to be continuing to do the Winter Nexus in an alpha clone based Praxis ship. We're here in the system of Sarakua and we're going to search for these White Storm forward bases. And these are pretty plentiful, especially now towards the end of the event as well. I've noticed that there's quite a few amount of competition here, but it would be interesting if we can find some competition because I would like to compare this other ships, but it's unlikely. I think that it's more likely that we'll just be by ourselves here. We'll see what we can encounter. This ship is an alpha clone based ship, but it is still a pretty beefy one. It's got over 1k DPS, so it can output a large amount of damage, and then when you pair this with overheating your weapons, you're going to be able to output about 1.3k, I believe it is. No, okay, just under 1.3k. We'll warp here to into the site. Oh, okay, we've got a golem here. So we do have some competition, but a golem is nothing that we would be able to compete with. They're just completely out of our league. It's the best battleship you can pretty much have as an Omega clone, and we're in an Alpha clone, and we're using a Praxis. That's like, no chance. Okay, we can just lock up everything, but I don't think we're going to get anything here. And we can go to the next one, to be honest. I think that's a better idea than going for this guy. We can reload. I think that guy's going to stay here for a bit longer, so he will have to stay there to get his loot and also deactivate bastion cycles. So we could maybe get the jump on the next site. And that's the problem when you're an alpha clone. You can't fly these really high-end ships that you're going to be able to be outputting so much DPS. Probably the highest amount of DPS you're able to output in an alpha clone is a rattlesnake with torpedoes. That could probably be the highest DPS. The problem is though that the rattlesnake is then using drones, and the drones, they have a pretty long travel time. They have to travel to the enemy because they're going to be heavy drones you're going to be using in a rattlesnake. So it'll take a bit of time for them to get on the target and do damage. So that's time wasted, which could have potentially been used to do DPS. So maybe a nightmare would be good because it's going to do EM damage, which is optimal for these enemies. Otherwise, I think a rattlesnake would be good. Perhaps a barghest. A barghest could also be good because it can output a lot of damage as well. And with torpedoes, it can output, I think, 1.7k DPS. We're going with barghest. Barghest. Okay, there's a Praxis here. And look at all the frigates we've got as well. We can lock up these guys. Let's see, now lock up everything here. And we can also deploy our mobile depot to be able to pull in loot. And we'll see if we can compete with this Praxis. See who can get the loot. If we're able to outcompete him. We can activate the reactive armor hardener. And these are the kind of waves which are extra dangerous to your drones because these are like mass frigate waves, and they like to go and lock your drones up. They are very good at destroying your drones. You can see here all of my drones suddenly are taking a bunch of damage. That's why I don't like to go full, all in on the drones with the Praxis. I like to focus more on the missiles or the weapon system you're using, because your drone is just going to take so much damage that I feel like it's better to just focus on the main weapon system, and you're able to do damage all the time, unlike the drones which have to be recalled and moved a lot when they're taking damage. You can't just leave them there, otherwise they're going to get destroyed. Especially when you're using a Navy Praetor. This is a pretty expensive drone, not a cheap one at all. I think it's like 1 or 2 million, or 4 million in fact in Lone Trek, but it's probably a little bit less expensive in the G2 region. But the point is, these are expensive drones, so you don't want to lose these. These are even less, you'd want to lose these less than regular medium drones that you use in Nagila. And especially Tech 2s as well, they're a lot cheaper than Tech 2s. So these are faction heavy drones, with the more expensive drones you can have. I'll deploy these drones. Problem is that it's hard to apply to these little frigates with the rapid heavies. It really could be an option to put that web, but I have not put the web in yet on the Praxis. But it could help a lot here, and I don't see how this... Oh, we should have activated this missile precision there. That's why we're maybe not doing as much damage as well. We can see if we can take out... Oh, this guy is in the same corporation as us. He's in the same corporation as us, so... Well, does that mean that Everyone gets the loot. He can get the loot if it is available to him. I just want to see what's in it. Okay, take him out. Good. I feel like we're applying a little bit more now that we activated that precision script. Helps a bit, I think. Try that one quick. What kind of weapons is this guy using? Oh, Vindicator is here. It's not the... Oh, I was silly. I started reloading. I was very, very silly. The Vindicator is on the same corporation, not the Praxis. It'll be interesting to see if we can outcompete these guys. I doubt it, though. Oh, that was really silly. Look at that. I was reloading. No, I was so silly to start reloading there. And he's going to start taking damage straight away. Look at that. Oh, come on now. Okay, do damage now, please. That was a lot of time wasted, which we could have potentially done damage. Where we just... Like, look at that. He has to move there, so we had the upper hand. We were able to do damage quicker by just, like, you know, doing damage the second he spawns in. But we wasted a bit of critical time there, which could enable us to exceed the Vindicator. Because the problem with the Vindicator, his range is tiny. We'll see if we're able to get it. I doubt we're going to be able to get it. Oh, we were able to get it. That's great. Look at that. We were able to outcompete Praxis and a Vindicator. The Vindicator, it's got DPS, but its ability to apply it to this target that is like decently far away is not as good. A good ship would also be the Scorpion Navy issue, because this guy here is able to use the same rapid heavies like we are, and you'll have good range, so you're able to like just focus on it and do damage straight away, while the Vindicator has to cruise in to be able to do decent amounts of damage. Okay, so we got 9 million, and we got also a skin, the Caldari Navy Hookbill skin. I wonder how much this is worth. I don't know how much this is worth. Can be good to have though. Grab the MTU. We've got a fading volatile ice field here, so it's not something we would be really interested in. And there's also a Garista's Refuge, which is absolutely not something we would be interested in. But we can go in exploration and look for combat anomalies and look in the adjacent systems of what is nearby. Ooh, Halima has a ton of them. Let's go there. Let's go to Halima. We won't be able to overheat though, because our heavies are just destroyed. Like, look at that, 87% heat damage. We almost burnt them out. So that was a close one. But I'm happy to see that this ship was able to compete pretty well. But it was a bit unfair at the same time too, because the Vindicator, it was like a very good match, you could say, because the Vindicator is like an ideal ship that is going to be outcompeted, because it's not going to be able to do damage straight away. It has to get in closer. When we've got 35-kilometer missiles, they're just able to just output damage straight away. And you have to also remember that we weren't doing damage for like 5 seconds. Those are 5 seconds are critical when everyone else is not doing damage. Those are 5 seconds where we purely are outcompeting them. So even though we lost like 5 seconds in the beginning due to us reloading at a silly time, we're still able to secure the loot. That is a very good sign for the Praxis over here. I want to actually just repair my rapid heavies at Raitaru, because it'd be unfortunate to not be able to overheat. I like the feeling of overheating when out competing people. Then I at least know that I did everything I could. Oh, look at that, the Vindicator's here, so we might have some competition. Now we can dock up and repair this. The weapons can be repaired with nanite repair paste, but I don't have it. But it is quite expensive to use nanite repair paste, actually. I can see how much would you need to theoretically repair this. Repair all modules. Repair 276 for the nanite repair paste for those rapid heavies. Nanite repair paste. How much would that be worth? We would have this, and we would have to then do 260, wasn't it? Something like that. 260. How much was it? 276. 276. That would be 7.8 million ISK right there to repair those modules with nanite repair paste. So it would be a pretty expensive expenditure. So instead, we'll dock up and repair for free in a local citadel, because citadels, if they've got a quantum core, you're able to repair for free. And we'll just undock straight away. It's like, oh, the whole battleship is about to dock, and just like, nope, you know what, we're gonna peace out and do a full 180. Okay, and we'll go to this White Storm forward base here. Praxis in competition. Well, we've got Vindicated, Praxis, Golem, Varga. Ooh, those Vargas and Golems have a really big upper hand. We have no chance against those guys. They have, like, they don't even have to try, and they're gonna destroy us when we do everything we can, overheat and everything, because they just do so much more damage than us. They do 3 times more damage than our ship overheated, so there's no chance against them. But you can always try, but it's just it's like a waste of time, because pretty much it's impossible. Just the numbers don't add up. They just do 2-3 times the amount of damage is used, and nothing you can do about it. And not only do they have that much more damage, but it's also a damage they can apply well, because it's like they've got good range on those Marauders too. So it's the same thing how we've got a decent range on these rapid lights or rapid heavies that we're able to apply straight away. They're going to also be able to apply straight away. It's not like they've got high damage but like a Vindicator that has to move in. No, they can do damage straight away. Let's see what is here. I should have actually checked what is here. Oh no, the Golem. This is not something we want to. This is not something we want to face. This is going to destroy us. Oh wait, he's not here. Okay, that must have been a site that was close but not. I thought there was a Golem, but there's no Golem here. There's a few cosmic signatures here as well. They could be those data sites or hacking sites that exist in this event, because explorers can also participate in this event. I'm not a big fan of exploration, at least at this point in time. Doing exploration sites in higher I guess I'm not a big fan of that. Exploration can be fun in my opinion. It can be quite intense and exciting, but I don't really feel like doing it. But I also think that something that makes them being a bit boring is that I just go around, look for them, and can't find anything. That I find is probably the main reason I don't enjoy exploration, actually, because I think the mini games can be, it's quite interesting activity. So we've got the Golem here. He's going to absolutely thrash us. We can try competing him, but there's no chance. Unless he's merciful and leaves, but I don't think that's going to happen. EVE Online is a cutthroat galaxy. It's just the way it is. That's the nature of this game. There's nothing strange that he's going to stay here and take the site from us, but we're going to try it anyway. We are going to try in our Alpha Clone Praxis against this Golem. Has he got skin? No, he's not got skin. A Lidai, the classical skin for the Golem. Oh, come on, he's being lazy and not going for the frigates. Oh, I think he's going to warp off because he looks like he's moving away. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's cool. The Golem warped away. So you can have some nice people in the game. But I think that when you got 2 equally matched ships, it can be also very exciting to see who outcompetes the other. Because, I mean, you don't have to necessarily have a really much better ship than someone else to outcompete someone. It's just depending on who has the right weaponry and what right fits. But when you have these kind of obvious outmatches, like a Marauder versus Praxis, you know that it's going to be. And I don't think that's as fun. What I think is fun is when you have, okay, who could win? Maybe this one, maybe that one, or an unexpected winner. I did some events a long time ago. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a Gurista's event, and I was using a Rattlesnake. I was thinking, I remember a Rattlesnake, very powerful, high DPS. Tengu managed to outcompete me, and it was because Tengu was able to do the optimal damage type pure kinetic, and it was able to overheat to really high damages, and it was able to apply quicker than us with our drones. So that was quite interesting. I thought that even though I was a bit pissed off that I got outcompeted, it was exciting. I think competition is always a cool thing in these PvE activities when you're not destroying each other, because when you completely annihilate the other person's ship, it feels like it's all or nothing. But when you just have like outcome competition and things that don't involve you losing your ship, I think that in my opinion is very fun, because you don't have a whole lot of aspects in this game that are like that you compete against other players but you don't lose like your entire ship, or you don't get exploded. It's more like PvP, but not PvP with a lot of loss in a way. Like, you've also got market trading. That is also another PvP that maybe is not involving you getting destroyed, but you can still lose a lot there. But this is something in space. Otherwise, I think it's hard to find a form of PvP in EVE Online actually that doesn't involve you getting popped. I think that's quite interesting actually, now that I think about it. This competition here for bosses is one of the few areas of sort of PvP in a way that you're, facing another player that doesn't involve you getting destroyed. I think that'll be very fun, and I think that's a reason perhaps why I like these competitions a lot, is because it's a sort of competition and a kind of, you know, challenge against other players, but it doesn't involve you completely losing everything when you lose. I think these kinds of aspects of the game would be very interesting to improve upon, have more of them where you're sort of competing against other players but not having to lose your whole ship, because I think that's very fun, and I think it can include a big group of players who do not want to participate in the classical ship versus ship PvP where you just get destroyed if you lose. Yeah, that would actually be quite fun if there are more activities that involved PvP that didn't involve you losing your entire ship. I'm not sure how you do that though. Now that I think about it, maybe you could have abyss sites. Say you have an abyss site and you compete against someone, you have an abyss duel. So see who can complete the site quicker than the other. But it has to be the same amount of waves to make it more consistent. But that'd be cool. So who can complete the site faster gets like the reward or something. So you maybe, I don't know, you have to like pay 30 million ISK and then the winner takes it all or something like that. That'd be quite fun, I think. Being able to do the site as quick as possible. Maybe just the winner gets the loot. Yeah, just something that involves competition against players, I think. If it doesn't involve you getting popped, would be very fun. I would like to do that a lot. And that's one of these the appeals I have to these seasonal events we've got here. Okay, last frigate and then it's boss time. It doesn't seem like we have a whole lot of competition here. I thought we were going to get the boss snatched by that golem, but doesn't seem to be the case. And do we have a lot of points in this event? Because you can get a decent amount of points. I see a lot of different missions you can do that I'm not used to seeing in normal like events. I remember the Crimson Harvest, those good skins that you could get, but the challenges are pretty difficult to do. But here there's a lot of challenges you can do that are pretty easy. So already 100 points, okay. They had those like Tetramon sites and that kind of stuff where you had to find the specific sites. It was pretty difficult, I remember. I didn't have the time either. Okay, drones, please take out that frigate. Thank you very much. And we've got reloaded to full clip of missiles. There we go, we've got the enemy here, and we probably should deploy our MTU. So just the right range, you see 31 kilometers, so we're able to just destroy him straight away. And we've got the artillery cannon providing some extra DPS. Don't think that artillery cannon is really necessary, to be honest, but it provides some complementary DPS. Also in a competition sense, you're able to land one volley with 600 damage. That little extra, you know, that little extra when you're being against multiple people, doing a big alpha straight away. I think it can help a bit in outcompeting other people. Oh, we've got Praxis here, but he's not got any chance because we already started and destroyed this guy's shields. Probably could even deploy our drones as well to get some extra damage. We should have done that earlier. Deploy drones. There we go. You see that Praxis is starting to attack here, but I don't think he has a chance because we've been doing this for so much longer than he has. There we go. Easy, easy, and claim rewards as well. Recall drones and reload everything. Easy. Is that the same golem we had before? No, it was not the UNSR ship. It was this is Dr. Carbofus golem. Dr. Carbofus. We'll grab the loot. There's some frigate wrecks. They're still getting drawn in, so we need to wait a bit until we can grab that boss loot. But I don't think we get anything decent from these little mini waves in the beginning. Yeah, all empty wrecks. But maybe something good we can get from these drops. Could be some good skin or maybe some good boosters. Oh, there's still another wreck. There's a lot of wrecks this thing needs to pull in before it can grab the valuable loot from the boss. Come on now, grab it. Grab it, grab it, grab it. Is it going to take all day to just grab? Oh, seriously, come on. How many wrecks are there that it needs to pull in before it can pull in? It was a bit my fault as well, completely my fault that I didn't deploy the MTU early enough. There we go, finally. Finally. What do we get? in this Sancha large wreck of the Tire-wide Stormlord. It'd be cool if you could get faction modules. Unfortunately, you don't really get that from these. 2 million. These are really bad loot drops, I must say. They're like really bad. The majority of we've got 5 million ISK from these the ammunitions, 25 million ISK from all these sites I've been doing. Actually, it doesn't feel that great, but it's something, and at least you guys know what you can get from these sites, so you don't have to do them first to find out, so you can decide if it's worth your time or not. So Praxis, Alpha Clonefit, doing the Winter Nexus site, able to outcompete quite a few people, or at least some people. Works decently well, gets it done decently quickly. Only thing I would say is, again, perhaps a web instead of the computer here to be able to enable us to destroy the initial waves a bit quicker, because we had a bit of application issues there. Otherwise, it feels very safe. Dual armor repairs handled the boss without big issues. So, we got a little tick there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.